WGP Maniacs. You kidding?
Whoa.
Let's restart that. Hey, everybody. Hey, welcome to the I.O.W show. Let's try that again. What's happening? How is everybody doing today? Your boy Wildcard Mar in the building. My boy Jersey Boy MJ is in the building for right now. Hopefully Detroit Mail and possibly the homie Nick Shine might stop through. We got a nice little full of sports to talk.
Nick's gonna swing by? Oh shit.
I mean, you know, if he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I mean, hey. But regardless, we got a full hour of sports to talk about, man. A lot's going on. Of course, today's Thursday, June 6th, so the NBA Finals is popping off tonight. We'll give our final predictions. I know we kind of previewed the finals, but we'll give our final predictions today. Lakers are in search of a head coach. They got that going on. We also got, there's a color that you can't wear in Brazil, apparently. We'll talk about that. You also got, we'll talk a little gambling in baseball. And matter of fact, I want to start right there. Detroit Mel, what's happening with you?
What up, Doe? Nichols?
What up, Doe?
What up, Detroit Mel? How you doing today, bro?
Big homie Nick Shine, what's happening?
What up, Nicholas?
What's up, man?
Nigga.
Oh, man.
Hey, we got.
There we go. Now he's right above me. Thank you. It's easier.
Yeah, I got you, dog. We got the whole I.O.W sports crew in the building, man. Yeah. How's everybody doing? Hope everything is well. Yeah, I dig it.
Everything
We
good.
got the band back together. This is nice.
Yeah, the whole
Right.
band.
I was just listening to some Led Zeppelin.
Thank you. Somebody got it. Thank you. Somebody got it. Thank you. All right. All right. So let's get down to business. I want to start here. All right.
Chop him down with the edge of my hand.
For real.
Hogan did the chop every time, too, with that part of the song.
There's some No, you good. I know you're excited. It's all good.
I am.
And I'm glad you're excited. So there was a San Diego Padres player that got suspended, got the lifetime ban from gambling in baseball a couple of days ago. His name escapes me, and I'm gonna find it, but it escaped me. But excuse me for that. But I want to talk about it because, and I want everybody to hear me out on this. I think that if you're going to ban people for life on gambling, that's your prerogative, Major League Baseball. But here's my thing. Everybody should play under the same rules. And what I mean by that is you can't tell me without a shadow of a doubt that Shohei Ohtani had no idea if his interpreter taking $4-6 million.
Match day now.
And no, but I'm saying you can't. I'm just saying if we're going to have that rule, you can't tell me without a shadow of a doubt that Shohei Ohtani had no idea that his interpreter took $4 to $6 million, gambled on it, and he had no idea, and he had no knowledge of nothing. that he didn't make no parlays. He didn't do nothing at all to gamble on the game of baseball at all. So
what? No English.
And there's no way you could tell me there was like maybe one undercover bet. This shit went on for a little while. This wasn't one bet that he lost all that money on.
No, it was a series of bets. Yeah, it was a series of bets. And it got traced back to Shohei Ohtani's personal bank account. So you can't tell me without a shadow of a doubt Ohtani had no idea. So this is what I'm saying. If you're going to have the rule, let's make sure everybody's playing under the same rules. Now, I understand Shohei Ohtani brings billions of viewers with him. He has the Caitlin Clark effect with the Japanese culture. I understand that.
I don't watch him, and I'm a diehard baseball fan.
He brings a lot of unfortunately, Matt, there's an island over there in the Pacific Ocean. There's a billion
minus Matt.
Yeah, there's a billion minus Matt that are watching Ohtani specifically for him, and I understand the revenue that he generates. I understand that. But if we're going to have the rule, everybody should be playing under the same rules. I don't think in this situation, for me, not everybody's playing under the same rule. Go ahead. Anybody want to jump out there? Speak.
Go ahead, Nick. You got that look on your face.
I got that look. Number one, the last time I saw Matt, he was shitting heavily on Ohtani last summer when he was on the air. So this is perfect for him.
Hey, welcome back, Nick. Welcome back.
Thank you. Also, I think the biggest issue with this is that Tucupita Marcano made the dire mistake of learning English, because if he would have had an interpreter, he would have been okay.
Right.
You want to place a bet? No English. No English. And I mean, I know I haven't discussed the Ohtani gambling thing too much, but I know we got a bunch of us here. I'll keep my comments brief.
There's nothing to discuss.
As a former gambler, because I swore all that off in March. I signed like the thing in the apps with your social security number to disable all gambling. That was like the last vice I had to get rid of.
Good for you.
You know what gamblers love doing more than they love placing the bet?
Wasn't it?
Talking about the bets they won. There's no way this guy was placing bets at that money and not Ohtani had no knowledge of it. It's the only one you can talk to. He's the only one that you can have a conversation in front of everyone and bet. And you can fucking go nuts and fucking no one in the room is going to know what you're saying. So there ain't no way that his right hand man who did everything with him, this guy didn't say like, yo, what do you think of this? Yo, what do you think of this? Oh yeah. Oh, I took some money, put it in here. It's so stupid. But it just goes to show the way of the world, not just sports. It's not what you do, it's what you generate and your value to people. If you're the janitor and you steal a bottle of Windex, they'll fire you. If you are the CFO and you're taking $25,000 corporate dinners at a strip club, you get to write it off. So it's not who you are, it's your title.
Mel, you got the write off.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, Mel.
Hey, Matt, some pussy behind you.
I know. I got one to my right too. My little buddy.
Go ahead and speak on it, Mel.
I don't disagree with Nick.
Wow.
I think that I ain't seen in a while, you know. I think too, man. I'm
waiting for it, Mel. Where is it?
Oh, fuck Nick.
There it is.
Okay.
Now I feel welcome back.
Yeah, now we're back to normal.
Cheers. Now I feel welcome.
Then you married the two things, gambling and sports together, and then expect people not to gamble. I mean, come on. You got gambling every single where you go. It's in the stadium, it's everywhere you go, and then you asking people who play the sport not to bet, but you make it so accessible. It's on your phone. You know what I'm saying? It's all around you.
It's everywhere.
Then you advertise the sport along with the gambling, sites. This shit is just stupid as hell to me.
And
Just let them gamble. I think you don't gamble on your sport because that's what because I can understand that because you can control the outcome. You might throw the sport. I don't care if you playing football, you bet on baseball. I can care less.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think that should be a big deal. I think that they just and like Nick said, it's what you generate. And Shohei Ohtani generates revenue. So they allow him to give a bullshit answer so he can escape any kind of punishment.
His interpreter is doing fan time now.
Hey, he probably paying him well for doing it.
Doing fan time. It was part of some gambling ring that was down in LA.
I watch what happened later on. I had to do a couple of months. They're gonna find some kind of loophole. Oh, we just let him out.
What I want to know is Major League Baseball says they're investigating 4 other players.
Yep.
I'd like to know who that is.
Me too.
And if it's any real, big names.
See, you won't know if there are. You'll only know the guy who cleans the bullpen after the game and picks up all the
You're right.
That's my biggest point.
Didn't mean anything with the chopsticks to Japanese people. Just a coincidence. That's the only thing I can think that can pick up sunflower seeds. Complete coincidence. My bad to the Japanese.
But I'll show you Tiny.
Hey, but you're right, Mel. You're right. But also to Nick's point, which is the biggest thing of why I wanted to bring this up is you look at the names that they're going to investigate, the names that they're going to throw out there to the public. You're not going to be big names. So like the guy for the Padres, he's not a big known guy.
Right.
I'm a diehard baseball fan and I ain't never heard of him at all.
So
Padres, you never heard of him.
but it goes to show you what Nick's point is that if you can generate a good amount of money to Major League Baseball, they'll look the other way. You can't tell me that Major League Baseball, after that investigation, because first of all, it was a federal investigation of the ring, and then they tied it back to his bank account. That's the only reason why his name got drug into it. But you can't tell me that amount of money, that amount of bets was placed, and you had zero knowledge. Zero.
That's a lot of money being moved around, man. It's not like a $10 or $20 bet.
Right.
You're losing $20. You're losing millions, and you don't know that's coming out of your bank account. Come on.
Did this guy go to jail?
Yeah.
How long was there for? I'll set you guys up for a tremendous joke.
He got 20 to 30 federal, I believe it was.
All right, so most likely he'll be out in 10, right?
He'll be out in 5 with good behavior.
Coincidence that Ohtani deferred the majority of the contract to 10 years from now?
Yeah.
He's only getting paid $2 million a year, and then when that guy comes back out, the gambling ring resumes.
I wouldn't be shocked. All jokes aside, I wouldn't be shocked.
I don't need this excess money now. I can't place my bets. I just need to pay rent and get McDonald's.
And I also like to know what Darren Erstad had to say, because he said that when he played for the Angels, he was using the same guy to put bets through. I'd like to see what he had to say about that, though, and what Major League Baseball has to say. Not that he's I think his name was Darren Erstad, I believe.
Yeah, but Darren Erstad is no longer playing in the majors, so they could probably care less. Now, as in regards to his Hall of Fame, you could throw that out the window. But regardless,
what if he's got knowledge about this guy and some kind of connection to Major League Baseball when it comes to betting?
What the fans are connecting it, because I think that's where you got the other investigation of the other players.
Yep.
Yeah,
What you say, Nick?
Going to cut a check and be like, hey, we don't need you investigating any further. Mum's the word. We're good. You got your golden goose. Now go look at the NFL.
Hey,
Nick, you're our golden goose. Yeah, you're welcome. Redneck.
Hey, and now he's been tanning. He's been outside, man.
I know.
The lighting does it no good, but you can
and the beard covers. I love that.
Yeah.
Hey, the beard has a certain amount of shade that it gives you, but but I mean,
sorry, Matt, as you're well aware, not all of us can have a complete tone all over like the gentleman above us.
Hey, sit in the sun. You never know.
But I mean, it's just for me. I get if you want to say you want to clean up the game and keep it pure and ban people for gambling, you can't have rules for certain individuals. And trust me, I understand Nick's point to the fullest. He generates so much money as Ohtani does, but I don't
want to hear that shit. Everybody made money before him.
But I'm with you on that, MJ. You can't separate. These rules only apply to certain people and certain individuals. But hey, if homeboy was generating just as much as Ohtani, I don't think we hear about this situation.
Yeah, you can't pick and choose who you're gonna go after and punish.
Yes, you can. That's the way of the world.
That's the way of the
world.
Okay.
It is.
Send him packing where he came from. Get him out of here.
That's why people who were selling nickel and dime bags back in the day are still in jail, because they're the bottom feeders. They always go after the bottom feeders. And you make a deal with the upper echelon people. That's the way of the world. That's the way of the American law, which is pathetic. I agree. That's a different can of worms or a rabbit hole. But
it's relative. It's relative.
Right.
You got people who get arrested with an ounce, but they know people and they get off on a probation. You got a guy who sells a 20 bag on the corner and he's in jail for 5-7 years. So that is the way of the world. It's who you know. It's not what you did. It's who you know that can help you get out of what you did.
Right.
Or what you generate, and people don't want to see you get taken down because it affects the bottom line. That's all it's about. It's about making money.
There it is. There it is.
The kicker for the Atlanta Falcons, Koo, can probably be a serial killer, but they'll let him go because they want that international money.
Cancel their work visa and send them packing.
Hey, speaking of which, as we transition to our next topic, I've been seeing some things on the interwebs about obviously you got the Eagles and the Packers. They're going to open up in Brazil, but there's been telling the players that they can't wear the color green because apparently there's it's gang related down in Brazil with the certain color green. And they're probably going to have the players stay in the hotel, and if they transport them, they're going to transport them in armored vehicles. So, my question to you, gentlemen:
why the fuck are we going? We got to go through all that. Why are you going?
Thank you. You took the question right out of my mouth. Go ahead, man. Rap on
it. Isn't there green in the Brazilian flag?
It is.
I understand it's gang related, but wow. I mean, there is red and blue in the United States flag, so I can't even say that.
There you go.
Yeah.
So the United States are Crips and Bloods.
Keep a blue flag hanging.
They're the biggest gang. They're the biggest gang around.
Speak on it, man.
The government is, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I know, but no, I'm saying.
He said, "Yeah, I know."
If you gotta go through all this, why are we sending players down to play the game? It's not that important to go down there to play in Brazil. You're not gonna. I doubt the amount of fans you're gonna generate is worth putting people in armored vehicles, telling them they can't wear certain colors, and going through all that. There's other countries you can go through. You ain't gotta worry about that.
Why are you gonna put them in harm's way?
Right, that's idiotic. As soon as a player get killed or harmed, then they gonna say, "Oops, my bad." But you knew this before you went down there. I think it's stupid. I think it's a stupid move.
And great job by the NFL picking 2 green teams.
Right. On top of that, right.
What's the Jets their backup plan in case these 2 don't work out? I mean, I didn't hear about that, but that's eventually, man, you got to do what's safe for your players. You're worried about safety with concussions. I'm more worried about a bullet than a wide receiver getting hit over the fucking middle.
Really?
Talk about it.
I mean, if you need to do that, if I'm a player on one of those teams, probably Labor Day before we travel, I'm coming down with COVID-20. Yo, peace. Really? I'm out. Go have a good trip. I'll see you if you come back.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, I don't blame you, but it goes to the bigger thing. And that, as you know, kind of relative to the last conversation, obviously you see the NFL are trying to well, they have been. They've been doing more international tours outside the U.S. to generate the popularity of football. And of course, we know it's to generate more money in different countries. And we got to speak about it. That's the international. Look, if you're a drug dealer in your city, you might be able to pay your bills, keep your lights on, food on the tables. But what happens when you become an international drug kingpin? You make more money, you generate. So the NFL is looking at it this way. If we can generate more money internationally, not only are we bringing in almost $230 billion a year, we can probably start getting upwards to $300 billion a year. I mean, I understand you want to generate the international money, but at the risk of the people who actually are the content to bring you that money is the thing that always goes back to how we always feel why you don't care about your players.
Right.
You can't tell me you care about your players if you got to go through all these circumstances to protect them to generate the money. It's a huge contradiction.
Why didn't Roger Goodell do a recon of that country to know the ins and outs and what you can and can't do before even scheduling?
MJ, I bet you they did. I bet you they just don't care. They already got it set up.
They cleared it. They looked into it. They knew about it, but the NFL security cleared it and said, "We have a plan. We can do this."
Yeah, until you see somebody with a machete.
Right.
I mean, it sucks to say, but it's a possibility. We can't act like we can't rule it out that those players are going to be 100% safe the whole time they're there. You're talking about 53 players, probably a coaching staff upwards to 20, 25 individuals. Then you got trainers. Then you got equipment managers. You got your doctors and stuff that got to travel with you. So you're talking about upwards to probably.
You got your support staff, your social medias. You're looking upwards 150 to 200 easily.
Right.
A team.
Easily.
And that's before you even include any family members that are going to travel with.
Yep.
You know, you got to leave your family home when you hear shit like that. You're not worrying about your wife and kids on a different bus and worrying about if they're okay. You're just, hey, stay home for this trip. And then you go down there and get you some Brazilian culo.
They got some beautiful women in Brazil.
It's a different country right now. You know what I'm talking about.
Hey, some BBL jerseys walking around down there, man, for real. I mean,
Bill knows a thing or two.
When you hear things like this, it does make you question, like, how much do you really care about your players? How much do you really care?
They ain't doing anything about CTE until somebody brought it to the light. They knew years before anybody started talking about CTE. All of a sudden, now it's important.
Yeah. You know why it was important? Because Junior Seau killed himself.
Yep.
Now, what's it going to take? Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, and Devontae Smith getting kidnapped and held for fucking ransom? Like, what's it going to take? And all of a sudden, be like, all right, maybe we went too far.
They in the NFC.
I don't know. They might say,
let them go.
That's the three less niggas we got to worry about. We good.
Hey, and
that was actually my last sentence. Take a sip from your coffee mate there, your coffee pot. Never thought that was. It's just three less
niggas. First of all, I got a motherfucking Wawa cup.
Hey, and look.
Not you. He's drinking from the coffee mate. It looks like the thing you put under there to make the whole pot. He's upgraded from the Chinese wonton soup cup.
He's got the whole Keurig pot with him.
And
that one.
You're ridiculous. To all our viewers and listeners, look, we are saying this tongue in cheek. We don't want anything to happen. We want all the players to come back safe. We don't want it to be in any situation. But the fact of the matter is that these are all real possibilities that can actually happen going down there. And we got to be real about it.
Have Kirk Cousins.
Let's just talk about player safety. They took the team out of Oakland. Twice.
Not once. Twice.
So two-time, pack your shit and leave champions of the world. That's two good wrestling references today.
And the crazy thing is that Who wants to come back from Brazil?
Leave Brazil to go back to Philly or Green Bay.
Right.
We're gonna find that out.
I might fake a kidnapping.
Hey man,
No, gonna be the pilot of that plane.
Hey, just don't wear your Packers jersey out there or your Eagles
I'm
jersey.
just curious what color they gonna wear. Everybody gonna wear white? Packers gonna wear all yellow? Or yellow and white?
You're gonna do all black if you're Philly, and you're gonna do white and yellow if you're. There's still green in it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, they're gonna just do Packers gonna do yellow and white because they can't do the green. And Phillies wear black and white, I guess.
Green's whether it's a primary color or accent color, it's still in the jersey. It's like you can't just get rid of it. So I'm just look. I understand what Goodell and the NFL are trying to do, and we obviously know that this is above Goodell's head. This is above his head. But at what point do you say it's not worth generating the money in Brazil if you got to go through all these, situations? I mean, like Mel said, you can go somewhere else, and when they go to Mexico, we don't hear about these issues. We don't hear about these problems. You can take it somewhere else. I mean, go to Australia. I mean,
are you supposed to be going to Ghana too?
Go to where?
Ghana.
What, Ghana?
Yeah, I thought I saw a commercial of them going to Ghana.
I don't know.
Maybe doing some off-season outreach stuff.
Is that what it is?
The community, like NFL, like builds communities back. They might be doing global outreach with that.
All right. I saw the thing, but they didn't really say much what it was.
That's probably what you saw. Not a game.
Okay.
But regardless,
I'm just curious though if just to tie it all together with sports. I'm just curious what Joe Biden's going to give up to get the Eagles players back after they get put into a Brazilian prison.
The same thing he gives his son.
We release LFA. Oh, that's Columbia.
Yeah, it's the same thing he's going to give his son. Some of that white girl.
Hey man, hey. Hopefully we don't have to come to that. But like I said, I know we're talking tongue. Hey,
earn all green to see if it's safe.
They could have kept him.
Hey, the dude is called the what was his nickname? The Merchant of Death.
Yeah.
If a dude comes with a nickname, keep him.
Right.
No, don't let him out. What do you mean let him out?
Brittany Griner's not that important.
Brittany Griner, I like you. I don't like you that much. Keep the Merchant of Death in there. Keep him locked up.
You know his real name?
Put in a man prison.
Nice.
Thank you.
Nice. Well done. Snuck it in quietly at the end. I like that. No. That's like slipping the warrant underneath the door. That was really good.
That's my MO. I sneak it in quiet.
Yes. It don't matter what noise you make after you drug it.
Yeah, once it's in, I don't care what noise you make.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
All right. As I try to figure out a way to transition from that to the topic,
we back, baby. We live.
Wow. How do you transition from this shit? I'm stuck like Chuck right now, but we're gonna figure it all out. But there's news in the NBA world right now. The Lakers are looking at Dan Hurley, the two-time national champion head coach for the UConn men's basketball team. The reports are saying they're going to offer him a very long-term lucrative contract, pull him away from UConn to be the next head coach. Obviously, there was also talks of JJ Redick possibly getting the coaching vacancy in the Lakers organization. So my question to you fellas, who should the Lakers hire as their next head coach? Whoever wants to jump in there first, go ahead.
Well, not JJ Redick. I just don't see him as a coach right now. I think he needs to be on the staff first and kind of build himself up. I don't see him as a head coach. I don't think he's ready.
And one thing I saw today I didn't understand. Why does Anthony Davis have any pull on who the next coach should be?
They paid him. No, they gave him a big extension. So when you look at guys, when you see guys that got the biggest contract, on the payroll. I'm not saying you have to, but I understand why you at least ask them and reach out to them for their opinion on who the coach should be.
Davis the future, LeBron leaving.
I mean that could possibly be
as long as LeBron's there, it doesn't really matter who the coach is, because he's gonna keep trying to run the team.
You know, and Anthony Davis can't stand the court anyway.
Right.
So what the hell's his opinion matter? Hey, who do you want to rub your feet? You need a back rub?
What color suit you wearing?
You want one of them early boys?
Yeah, as long as LeBron there though, man, it don't matter what coach they get.
Yep.
Until they get rid of LeBron, that's the problem on the Lakers.
You gonna tell me that Anthony
you can't
Davis
build a team with him on there because he's gonna try to control everything.
As long as like you're just saying, does Anthony Davis's opinion really matter over LeBron? No.
If you're signing the coach long term, yes. But the solution for the Lakers is hire LeBron as the coach. This way you can hire him as a coach and cut him as a player simultaneously.
Cut him and sign him.
It doesn't matter who they bring in. When you bring it in, you're going to have to deal with the headache of LeBron.
Right.
It's not a successful path for a first-time coach. You go there, LeBron's getting older, they can't win anymore. You get fired because LeBron will blame you. Mm-hmm. And now you're labeled as a coach who was one and done because you went in and you failed. If you're a coach and you're looking to establish your name, you avoid the Lakers, you avoid LeBron, and you wait for that to go and say, you know what? No, I'll go win another championship or two with Connecticut, and I'll wait for 2 years and then come talk to me after you bring in a dunce and fire him. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't make sense for anybody who wants to coach long term in the NBA to do it. And I think it would be horrible.
And not for nothing, you want to take your first head coaching job and then you're going to be bossed around by your own players.
Yeah.
Because you know LeBron ain't going to take that shit. Obviously, Anthony Davis is in the back pocket. He ain't going to take that shit. Then what?
Well, he's just chirping from the trainer's room. I mean, he's not in the room with the team. He's like, what'd he say? What'd he say? I can't hear him.
While he's tugging on LeBron, like,
hey, gun too loud. Daddy, you can't hear over this massage gun.
Daddy, I didn't want to hire him, Daddy.
I like a Diddy movie.
Yeah, it's a death wish. It's a career killer if you go coach any team with LeBron. Right? You got to be established. You got to have a name, and then still LeBron will railroad you. So
right, I agree.
Horrible decision to leave the top of your profession right now to go take something that's like fucking the one hand still out of the ground, but like sinking.
He's going to take a full Diddy party.
To AP's comment, and I don't know if this answers your question, AP. To be honest, I don't know if it changes UConn so much. The crazy thing about men's college basketball is that UConn winning back-to-back national championships actually is a feat that should be respected because it's so much parity. Because you don't see a university in college basketball right now that's, you can point at and say, oh, they're the dominant university year in and year out. Because you look at all the talent that can go somewhere else besides college basketball, and with NIL and all the things, all the other factors that are tied into
transfer portal and all that stuff. Yeah,
transfer portal that are tied into college basketball, the one and done. You're not looking at that, Alabama of college basketball no more. So there's really not a true quote unquote dynasty in college basketball that you can point at. Now, I don't know if that hurts on the recruiting thing, because I'm not sure if Dan Hurley's recruitment powers, how good he is and stuff like that. But I don't think it automatically makes UConn going from back-to-back national champions to bottom feeders instantly if they're that quick with just removing him as a head coach. But you never know. Some of that stuff does matter. Maybe players look at him like, oh, well, Hurley's no longer there. Why would I go to UConn? Because I mean, he's kind of gave him you kind of good resurgence at that level for the last couple of years. I mean, the output is there. You got guys to stay. That's why they were able to win back-to-back national champions. They didn't deal with a whole bunch of one and dones and people leaving on the transfer portals that matter. So, could it affect them? I think it will, but we'll have to wait and see come winter time to see how much it really does affect the bottom line of how successful that program is going to be. Hope that answers your question. But as in regards to the Lakers head coach, I don't know who should be the next head coach. I'm actually leaning towards what Nick is saying. I don't think it really matters. Fact of the matter is, I will say this: I'm right on board with Mel. What does JJ Redick bring to that organization to say that he's going to be capable of, one, coaching LeBron, coaching Anthony Davis, and the rest of the guys, making them a competitive team? Fact of the matter is,
and no matter how much knowledge he has, Redick, for the game, if he doesn't have players that want to buy into him, what does it mean?
Yeah,
no, knowing all that doesn't mean anything.
Whenever you get like those starting players that weren't stars, a Doc Rivers, a Steve Kerr, a Redick, who knows? Maybe maybe there's something there to it, but I think the Lakers would be idiotic to be the team to roll the dice there. But let's also factor it. If you're the Lakers, you obviously got to hire the GOAT, right? Mm-hmm. The scapegoat, because LeBron needs to blame. Yeah. Right. you hire the scapegoat. I knew you was going with that one. You walk around with a target on your back, and LeBron is behind you with the bow pulled back, just waiting to shoot at any time. It's a stupid job to take. I don't care how desperate you are. I think it's a toxic job, and it's the job that used to be prestigious, and now it's like, yo, avoid this.
Right.
You don't want to be there right now. There's no long-term plan in place. There's no draft picks in place. There's no youth. You got rid of all the youth that could have been the core of your team for 15 years. Why would you want the job? Yeah. You got to be somebody. It's going to be some assistant who's desperate to just take a shot. That's who I think ends up with it. Because I don't think anybody with a fucking brain says, "Yeah, I want that job."
Now, let me ask you a question. Does Magic still have ownership?
No, Magic stepped down.
No, he stepped down.
So why has he not thrown his hat into the ring?
He know better.
Yeah.
He been within the organization. He knows better.
Why ruin his Laker legacy?
No, to clean it up, Magic. That was kind of one of the reasons why I think Magic stepped down that first year LeBron got there. He saw kind of the writing on the wall on where the organization was headed with LeBron. And this is my opinion. I just think he saw the writing on the wall of how that organization was going to further look with LeBron on that roster. And Magic's like, because I don't know if y'all saw this on the shop that he has on HBO. Magic didn't let nobody know. He just, right before the game, held a press conference and was like, "Yeah, I'm out." And
he pulled an Andrew Luck,
bro. He told he didn't even tell LeBron. He didn't tell nobody. Like the players didn't know because Lonzo Ball was on the episode, and Lonzo Ball was still with the Lakers at the point in time. He's like, "Yo, we didn't know. You just heard about it right before the game, and he was just out." So my thing is, if Magic of all people, and we know the pedigree of Magic Johnson, for him to not say anything and just say, "Wipe my hands clean of this and I'm out," that should be a telling. That should be something that you knew. All right, some ain't right with how this organization is going. It's almost he knew the direction wasn't going to be beneficial for him, so he said, "I'm not going to attach my name to this." Like Nick said, why mess up my Lakers legacy for this bullshit?
That's the reason I don't want Don Mattingly to coach the Yankees, because he will get hated. And I never wanted Mattingly to be the Yankee coach. And I know fans have cried for it, but I was like, why? He's beloved. Why?
You know where he would be perfect though, Nick? Hitting coach.
Yeah, but if you're the hitting coach, everyone's going to be calling for you to get promoted or fire that coach and promote him. I just think he's better off never coaching with the Yankees because failure will eventually happen. Firing will eventually happen. And
you don't fail with the Yankees, Nick. You do not fail. Come on. You don't fail.
It's been a minute since 08-09. It's been a minute.
Joe Torre won 4 rings and got fired. Like,
Right.
Hey,
it was an ugly ending too. But that's what I'm saying. No matter how great you do, eventually, like a player who's a legend at a team should never go back and coach that team. You take a schlub like Aaron Boone, someone who had a moment but wasn't a beloved player. You know, you take a Byron Scott. You don't take Magic. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but you got to remember, Magic's got generational wealth. He don't need to go and be a coach.
Yeah,
you know, other guys who
we all know we don't have AIDS. We all know we don't have AIDS. So
for real.
No. Wealth says you don't have AIDS. That's what that is. He got the money to cure. He probably already has the cure, but we won't. If you ever contracted, Mel, you would never have the funds to say that you can never be AIDS free. So
if I contract, I'm fucking everybody. I'm spreading that shit all over the place. If I go, I'm taking everybody with me.
Mel would turn into a suicide nutter. He would try to take everyone out with him.
Squirting that shit everywhere.
Mel would be like, I'm wiping it on this doorknob. I'm wiping it on that doorknob. I'm wiping it on door handles.
Hey, Nick,
with a super soaker.
Hey, Nick, don't they remind me of Chappelle's skit where he was talking about the homeless guy on the subway? He held it hostage because he was jacking off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, as soon as you bring up Magic, I always think of one of the best South Parks ever. We found the cure for AIDS. We just throw lots and lots of money at it.
But I mean, like, so, and as we, still kind of jump on this subject,
have you seen Magic? I haven't. I need more with that, though. What are you leading into?
No, go ahead.
I don't know. Like, I'm waiting for the punchline. Have you seen Magic sneeze?
No, I haven't seen Magic sneeze, but I'll say this. So now, when it comes to JJ Redick, if he's only bringing basketball IQ, that can only take you so far. It still doesn't fix the problem how this roster is just not constructed to be a championship team.
Right. And you got to look at it. Him and LeBron already have a relationship, so that's not going to work either.
Him and who?
LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron and they got a podcast together.
So that's not going to work either.
Yeah,
that dynamic is not going to work.
Go to the table and be like, yo, bring him in.
Right.
Well, the reason why I don't like that JJ Redick being there is
not normal.
it's specifically of that relationship that he has with LeBron. So it's like, is JJ going to be pretty much the puppet for LeBron, to pull the strings? Like that doesn't. What is that? That dynamic doesn't do any positive for the rest of the roster. That doesn't do anything. It might help Anthony Davis because obviously he's part of Clutch Sports and getting represented by them, but there's 13 other guys on that roster. So I don't understand how that situation benefits them. Now, when it comes to Dan Hurley, here's the pros on hiring him. He has winning pedigree. I know it's not NBA, but he has a winning pedigree, something that JJ Redick doesn't have. He can point to 2 national championships and say, "Hey, I am a champion head coach, and I can probably inject this organization with that mindset." Now, the only problem is, here's the con. You talking about dealing with mega million guys with egos.
Mm-hmm.
These ain't 19, 20, 21-year-olds who are going to be more of a sponge to soak in the knowledge. These are literally egotistical guys that's going to be making more money than you. And how are they? First of all, you got to make sure that they can listen to you. The buy-in is the most ultimate thing about that. What makes you think I'm gonna listen to you? I can buy your job. What are you talking about? I can. You ain't rolling up in a Rolls Royce like me. What am I listening to you for?
Motherfucker LeBron, I coach. Somewhere.
I just want to add one other con, Lamar. You make a good point with what you said. But the biggest con of all, LeCon. LeCon. Why though? Like, if you're the Lakers, I think you have to sell yourself to Hurley and convince him to leave. I don't think Hurley has to sell himself to the Lakers. I think the Lakers have to come in with a plan. I think, I think Hurley would be. I think it's a bad gamble to tie it all together with the beginning of the show. I think it's a bad gamble, because if you're gonna make a career gamble, sure, you'll get paid. Sure, you could go back and coach in college, but you're at a point of your career now where you're at a crossroads in your career. You stay at UConn, you win one more, you go to a level that not many have ever gotten to, right? Yeah, 3 in a row besides John Wooden. Yeah, John Wooden, who's ever won 3 in a row.
Right.
So, I mean, you walk out on that, you walk out on the team, you walk out now when you've been doing off-season workouts and stuff. I don't think it's a good move for Hurley. I don't. Another team? Okay, I can see that. Somewhere you go get a 5-year deal, you have the possibility to build, you have draft picks, you have a vision, you have a long-term plan that you and a GM can execute and build with.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't get that with the Lakers.
Yeah. I think you hit it all the talking points 100% on the head right there, Nick. It's I don't think this is a situation where the grass is greener at all. The only thing that'll be green is the money in your pocket. And to be honest, if you build your legacy at UConn and keep doing that, the money will come. The money will find its way to your pockets if you keep. Because let's talk. I mean, let's think about it this way: if you build a dynasty in college basketball right now, they have to pay you, because it is the NCAA is set up not for dynasties. It's set up not to have the same winner year in and year out.
Right.
So if you do that, I mean, you could pretty much write your check at UConn.
You do it in the free agency era of college basketball,
yeah,
where no more guys there for 3-4 years. Yeah.
I'm with you on that, Nick.
All that green that you're talking about with the Lakers, though, you're safer wearing green at a football game in Brazil. You got a better chance of surviving that without the bulletproof bust than you do.
No, you're right. You're right.
Art, the way I could tie these jokes together.
For the last 13 minutes of the
third wrestling reference of the
day. Hey, pat yourself on the back. I ride with it, dog. Last 13 minutes of the show, we kind of been talking about the NBA Finals preview last show, but it's time, fellas, as the finals take off tonight. Let's have an actual NBA Finals predictions, which are final analysis. Go ahead, whoever wants to jump in there, go ahead and give your team that you're rolling with, what game you're taking it, and just kind of give your thoughts on how you think the finals is going to go. Whoever wants to jump in there first.
I'll fire off. I'm not the biggest NBA fan. I don't watch much, but I will just go with my universal take on everything. Fuck everything to ever come out of or be from Boston. It's simple. Fuck all things besides me and the Jets. Fuck all things green today with the Celtics. I'm happy that the NBA has finished their bubble after the conference championships ended 6 weeks ago, and these guys hopefully are in shape and are able to play. I love Luka. I like Kyrie. I hate that it didn't work out with the Nets. I'm a big fan of Kyrie, the player. He was just as good as LeBron in Cleveland, and he hit that three. And Kyrie is clutch, and Kyrie is a guy that if Luka can carry the torch for 3.5 quarters, and you got a guy like Kyrie who might have a 30-point half at any given time in any given game, and loves playing that villain, and will go up to Boston and be that
nigga.
Then it's a situation where I know Boston is loaded. Boston had a great regular season, but these two guys right now, see, it's true. I'm not Magic Johnson. Sorry, Anthony, I sneezed. But yeah, I hope Dallas wins it. I'm a big Mark Cuban fan also, so I would love to see him celebrate. So I'm not really in touch with it. I'll poke in on Bleacher Report and see what the scores are, and I'll get the alerts, and he will tell me about it. But yeah, I'm
All right, you going Mavericks? What game? You saying 6, 7?
Who's got home court? Boston. Game 6 would be in Dallas, right? It's 2-2, 1-1-1.
Yep.
Give me game 6 in Dallas. Kyrie Finals MVP because he hits 2 game winners. 2 buzzer beaters by Kyrie.
Ooh, I like it. All right, who wants to go next?
Are you writing it down? Are you looking down? Were you notating it?
No, it's all recorded. I can always come back to it.
But gentlemen, I got to bounce. It was a pleasure, Matt. I am so happy to fucking see you. I know I tried to hop on last Monday. I've been doing baseball for the town. I do start a job. I got a job with the township. I start Monday. I'm going to be 11:30 to 5:30. It's part-time to start. So maybe as we get closer to football season, maybe we do a little bit later shows and then I can join. We could talk about that off air. But gentlemen, this made my fucking heart glow today. You know, my dad passed away 6 years ago today, and I needed this. You three don't know how fucking awesome this made me feel to have us all back together. So I love you boys. Matt, you're the man. Mel, you always going to be my
nigga.
Lamar, you're kind of my friend. I'm not sure. But gentlemen,
I hate you guys.
I love you guys. Yeah.
I appreciate you, man.
And of course, fuck Mel.
Of course. Because you don't like niggas.
Y'all ridiculous.
I'm kind of with Nick, like, you know, with the Boston thing. So I'm kind of torn because I do like Jaylen Brown. I like Tatum. I like the fact that Boston is deep. You know, no Diddy. You know, I like to have they got a lot of good players that when you look at the team, the Dallas team and Boston, you put them together, Boston has, to me, a better bench.
Yeah. And
so I want to say Boston, and then you look at their regular season, what they did in the regular season. You know what I'm saying? They did a great job in the regular season. They was unstoppable at one time.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at Dallas, kind of came on at the end and got on the roll. So then it makes you want to pick Dallas because, you know, they rode with a hot hand because it was hot towards the end going into the playoffs. I'm still saying Boston at 6.
Ooh.
Who I want to win or who do I think is going to win? Because, you know, it's fuck Boston.
Yeah, right.
I'm going with Dallas in 6, but I don't think Dallas is going to win it. Unfortunately, I don't think. Not this year. Oh, that sucks to say. I'm hoping Dallas in 6 or 7, but I don't think they're gonna win it. I think Boston's just like Mel was just saying. Boston is pretty stacked. You know, head to toe with their bench and everything. Right. I think they have a little bit more talent to go around on their team, you know, than Dallas does. You know, Dallas got a couple good players. Don't get me wrong. You guys know that. But when you look at it, you match them up, I just see, for some reason, Boston winning this, especially with a home court. You know, it's now or never for them, especially with that little group they got going on. You know, but I'm still going with Dallas in 6.
All right. No. Hey, trust me. I understand your prediction. You want Dallas in 6, but you just, hey, sometimes gut feelings can always, you know, they got their opinions too. And I understand exactly what your gut feeling, because I'm, to be honest, MJ, I'm feeling like you. I'm feeling the same way because I'm feeling like so my prediction is Dallas in 6. But the reason why I think me and Matt are in that same realm of having a gut feeling that Boston is going to win it is because you look at, you know, it's their second finals appearance, 3 Eastern Conference finals appearances. And it's at one point, so you give Jaylen Brown the extension, he's making upwards $50 million a year. You're going to give Jason Tatum the extension, so he'll probably get around $55 to $60 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to invest in them, and it makes sense. They're young still. They're not even close to 30. They're like 26, 27 years old. So you're going to keep that duo around for a minute. But I think reason why Boston is going.
You got no choice to. You can't break that up.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of money tied up in them. But the reason why I think my gut is saying Boston is going to win it is just because it's a lot of narratives around that. As in, you can't keep having this much success, but you can't keep coming up short. You can't. You don't want to start Buffalo Billing this shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you have that much pressure and narrative around you, at some point you either win it or you fact of the matter is you just don't keep throwing money at the same and getting the same result. You know what I'm saying? But my biggest thing about this series that I'm going to be looking out for is making sure is looking at the matchup of the duos. The offensive duo of Luka and Kyrie, who are just dynamic on the offensive side. How much of the energy that the Boston Celtics are going to have to spell on the defensive side, and is it going to hinder their offensive ability?
Right.
Tatum and Brown are great perimeter defenders. You can throw in Drew Holiday. Where's the offense going to come from if they have to expel so much energy on the defensive side? Where's this coming from?
You got White over there. You got
White. Okay, Derek White's been doing good, but are you telling me that I'm expecting an averaging of 20 plus in this finals from Derek White?
No. I'm saying that he'll get the other points that they need outside of Tatum and Brown. Do you get a few points here and there from the old man?
Al Horford.
Horford. You know what I'm saying?
See what Porzingis.
They don't really need Horford to score a lot. Just kind of bail him out on a couple of plays down there when they can't find a way to score. He gets a little easy bucket. You just need him to clog the paint and get rebounds. That's all you need him for.
Okay.
Yeah, see what Kristaps does. He's supposed to be playing tonight, so
yeah. And I forgot about Porzingis too. So we'll see how he looks. If he just 70 to 80%, I think he'll contribute enough.
That's fair.
Because you can rotate him in and out.
Give you 10 to 15 points.
Yeah.
I hear you.
You got to play him on the perimeter. So who you gonna put on him? Well, you can also play him down low too. So he's an inside out player.
Yeah, a mismatch. He should be a mismatch. I
should be a mismatch. If he's, it's like I said, 75-80% Porzingis is good enough because it's gonna present a defensive matchup that Dallas gonna have to accommodate for, and can they accommodate for it? Can't put Luka on them because Luka is not playing defense on nobody.
No, Luka.
I'm shadow boxing. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be surprised if Luka contributes at least half of what you're expecting on defense. I'll be surprised.
As for me,
whatever you're expecting from him, think half of that.
Right. If I'm any team, I'm attacking Luka all the time, making him play me.
Tire him down.
Out. Yep. You're out of shape. Tire him out. Collect fouls. And that's the formula to me. Rotate different people in and out. Make Luka guard him. Just go right at him. Post him up. Do what you gotta do.
Make you work.
Make him work.
Hey, makes sense. So
let him run.
There you go, folks. Big homie Nick Shine, myself, and MJ. We're going Mavericks in 6, and Detroit Mel, the lone man on the island, going Celtics in 6. So we got our predictions locked in. We'll see how it goes. Game 1 is tonight. Obviously, we will preview that or review that on Monday. They'll have not only tonight's game, but they'll also have Sunday night's game 2 under the belt. So we'll review the first 2 games of the finals Monday.
Shout out to Oklahoma women winning, beating Texas. They got one more.
Yes, they got to win one more. That game is tonight as well. But big shout out to the Oklahoma women. They won in dramatic fashion to even get to the World Series.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that walk off.
On that walk off.
Yeah, that was nice. That was a good game.
Yeah,
it was like Florida's gonna beat them. I was like, oh, they about to lose.
Hey, Florida had them right where they wanted them.
Yeah, they got up on them quick the second game.
Yeah,
and they found a way to pull it out.
Yeah, and then Oklahoma did work to Texas last night at 8-3 was the final score, and Oklahoma came out swinging off rip, hit a 2-run shot, and then and kind of
hit a couple home runs.
Yeah.
Showing everybody why they back to back.
Hey, no, 3. They trying to go for the 4-peat. They trying to go for the 4-peat. This will be the first time in history that a freshman class has won from freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year 4 in a row. Yeah.
Imagine you started off as a freshman and you won every single year you were there.
That's nuts. That's crazy. Hey, we said it last year on this same show. We said it last year on the same show. Gotta give the Lady Sooners they respect as a dynasty, and I will put them up there against the dynasties across all sports. Patty Gasso has built a juggernaut. If they don't win it, they close to winning it, and if they ain't close to winning it, they still in the conversation.
I mean, if they don't win it, they got a lot of freshmen on that team. They can come back again next year and win.
Yeah,
so it's still stacked and loaded.
They stay loaded. They stay loaded. Oklahoma softball is building one of those programs where they don't rebuild, they retool.
They're gonna be a problem. They're gonna be a problem.
Yeah. I was watching the game. I was watching that one chick running around the base, titties everywhere. I'm like,
all right, gentlemen, go on over to I.O.W. Network, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, spread.
Hit another one, baby. Hit another one.
I.O.W. Sports One on Twitter. All the social media platforms is on the bottom. I'm just gonna keep talking. So, man, you just get flustered out with all the foolishness he's talking about. Hey, man. Hey, all the social media platforms is on the bottom. Check us out. Give us a rating, comment.
I just want to say, watching women's softball is better than watching women's basketball. Women's basketball is like watching dudes play. Women's softball, you actually watching women play.
Hey, yeah, we shout out to all the ladies. Shout out to all the ladies, man. Hey, we ain't got to talk about what we've been talking about for the women's sports like somebody. We've always been talking women's sports around
always,
here.
Man, always.
You know. Hey, that's our first take, motherfuckers. Anyway,
right. I call the first take. Fuck Stephen A.
Shout out to the big homie Nate Shine. Y'all tap in with all his content. Proud New York Jets fan. Hey, Jersey boy MJ, Detroit Mail, Wildcard Mara, the I.O.W. Sports Crew. We out. We'll see y'all Monday. Peace and love.